Hi and welcome back to another guide video. We are on our way to King's Fall. I am going to try my best to explain King's Fall to you guys. So first encounter, as you can see, we've got two relics, one to the left, one to the right. Two people have to pick it up at the exact same time. It will start a timer on the left, and your goal is to bring it over to the statue right here. Once you bring it over there, you are going to be splitting up with your team. You're going to go into the left and right rooms and find relics in there, pick it up at the same time, and bring it back to the second statue in the middle. The more times that you bring a relic to the statue, the further away the relics will spawn inside the rooms. Keep in mind, you are going to be on a timer the entire time, so you only have a certain amount of time to bring it to the statue. Make sure you guys dunk it at about the same time so you guys don't lose any time, and if you end up failing on depositing a relic, it will not reset the entire encounter. You'll just have to go back, pick up the relic, dunk it in the middle. Everybody else just scatters around. We need at least two people around here in the middle room, and then at least one person in the left room, one person in the right room to kill some ads, as well as destroy blights. Blights are going to be blocking off the pathway of the doors. It will be this one. It will be these, and it is going to be inside the actual room. So you're going to have to shoot the blights in order to open the pathways for those that are holding the relic. Some extra tips is that if you're holding the relic, you cannot double jump, but you can swipe forward. So keep that in mind. And try to always have one person with you to be able to kill the ads. Alright, once you move down after the statues encounter and go through a portal, you are going to come up to a place that looks like this. So what you're going to do is jump on a ship, and you're basically going to have to reach all the way towards the end by jumping on several different ships. Now keep in mind, there are some fake ships, as I call them, that bring you to the wrong direction. After getting through the jumping puzzle, or the parts with these ships, you get to another part where you have to travel with the ship. However, you see this barrier right here? That is a wall, and the only way to get through there is if one person stands on a plate and another person stands on a plate on the other side, right there. And this door, as you can see, just disappeared. Alright, in the totem encounter, your purpose is to deposit Death Singer stacks. So, the way that works is we're going to have 3 people left, 3 people right. We're going to split up, and you're going to be picking up, each person in each room is going to pick up this brand. This brand gives you the power to kill enemies, and every kill that you get, you're going to get a Death Singer power. And the way to do that is, once you pick it up, you are going to stand underneath the totem and get kills. At the same time, you'll have a countdown on the left. Once that countdown reaches 0, you will die. And we're going to prevent that by having your teammate kill a wizard and a taken knight up here. Once the taken knight is down, you're going to pick it up, and that gives you the power to steal your teammate's buff. So what you're going to do is run down to your partner that stands by the totem and actually press a button, your action button, to steal their buff. Now, you're going to stand underneath the totem while your partner that got it stolen from is going to go run back to middle, stand on the middle plate, and that's how you deposit your Deathsinger power. Once it's all been deposited, you can kill your wizards and a knight, and then you are going to run to your partner. Now keep in mind there is unstoppable ogres that spawn right here in the middle, and there will only be a total of 3 unstoppable ogres. If the person with the brand dies at totem, you are going to have to pick up this brand again because you lose it in order for someone to steal your buff. And make sure you do not leave your totem for more than 5 to 8 seconds because that will wipe the encounter. The totem wants someone to stand underneath it for most of the time. Welcome to Warpriest encounter. So, as you can see, there are rocks, 3 rocks right in front of me. Left, middle, and right. All 3 of them have runes on them, as well as a plate right below them. When we start the encounter, by jumping on all the plates, we're going to split up in 2s. So 2 people are going to clear left ads, 2 middle, and 2 are going to clear right ads. After all the ads are gone, it is going to say at the bottom left that a sequence can begin. And that means that the middle plate will be the only one lit up, just like this one. So what the person in the middle is going to have to do is step on it. When you step on it, you can look at the left rock. The back of the rock is going to be glowing white. You can also see it on the right side. During the encounter, either left or right or none of them will be glowing. If, for example, left is glowing, middle is going to get off so that the other plates can activate, and you're going to call out left. Left person gets on the plate, and they're going to check if they see the right rock glowing. If it's not glowing, it will be middle. So they call out middle, I will step on, and then the last person to step on the plate is going to be right. They're going to step on, and everybody has to stay on. And when the right person steps on last, they're going to have a red bubble around them. The red bubble indicates damage. The spot that I do damage at is right here between the middle rock and the right rock. If you are outside the bubble, you will not be doing any damage to the boss. Whoever has the red bubble is going to have a countdown on the left. They are going to count that down. There are going to be 2 knights that spawn one at a time. Make sure one person gets the first knight, kills it, and that knight gives you a buff that you have to pick up. Once you pick up that buff, you have the power to steal the red bubble. So just listen to the countdown. As soon as your partner gets around 3 seconds, you steal the red bubble and have an extended damage phase. And then you can do that one more time to get the full damage. Knight spawns are left, middle, right. If the person on the right side is the last person to get on a plate, that means knights will spawn left and middle randomly. Or if the person stepped on the middle plate last, that means the knight will spawn left or right. After that, the boss is going to decide to do a wipe mechanic, and that means you are going to have to stand behind one of these rocks in order to survive. However, you want to make sure you only activate one of these rocks with your entire team, so make sure you guys call out which one you're hiding at. Just stand behind it, hide, and after a wipe mechanic, that rock can no longer be used to hide behind during a wipe mechanic. Welcome to Golgoroth encounter. This encounter is going to have 2 different types of mechanics happening. So when we start out this encounter, there's going to be ads all the way in the back, left and right, so we're going to try and kill them all. After that, we're going to start getting into damage phase. So damage team moves over to flag side, while the gaze team gets ready to pull the boss's gaze. Golgoroth wants to have their full attention on at least one player for a certain amount of time. So what's going to happen is this bubble right here, this is going to start the encounter if we shoot it. This bubble is actually going to spawn right here, and the damage team is going to shoot down the bubble, while the gaze team is going to get ready to get the boss's attention, and the way to do that is by shooting Golgoroth's back. Golgoroth has two different types of crit spots. It is the back and the stomach. Gaze team is going to shoot the back, while damage team is going to damage the stomach. So when damage team shoots the bubble, it is going to drop a puddle on the ground just like that. You are going to stand in that puddle and you are going to do damage to the stomach. One player is going to stand on a bridge and shoot the boss's back. That player is going to get Golgoroth's attention, which means Golgoroth will be looking at you. So what you're going to do is run all the way down here, and you are going to stand behind damage team so they can have a good view to do damage. The person that just took the gaze is going to have a countdown on the left. They are going to call out that countdown. If the countdown hits 0, Golgoroth will lose their gaze, and that is the end of damage phase. So you are going to have a partner stand on the other side of the bridge. You are always going to make sure you guys stand opposite side, and once you hit around 3, they are going to shoot the back, and now Golgoroth is looking at them. So they are going to do the same thing. They are going to run down and stand behind damage team. At that time, damage team is going to shoot down the second bubble. The puddle that drops from the bubbles is only going to last for about 10 to 15 seconds. So when the second player pulls the gaze, damage team is going to shoot down the second bubble. At the same time, the first person is going back on the bridge to get ready to shoot the back. And it's just going to be the same rotation like that over and over. If you are on gaze team, be prepared for darts. Boss will be shooting axiom darts your way, so you don't have any time to do damage. If you are on damage team, every single bubble, the game will choose one person randomly to become unstable light. Unstable light means that there has been a bomb placed on you and everything around you will explode once the timer hits 0. So you do not want to stand next to your teammates or else they're gonna die and everyone's going to know it was you that killed them. So you are actually going to run towards the boss in the middle and have the bomb go off on the boss. It actually does quite a bit of damage. After that, you're going to run back to the puddle and do more damage. The way you know that you have unstable light is by the buff that says it on the left, or your screen will actually turn quite green. Something to note that doesn't always happen too often is this totem right here. Once all these symbols turn red, it actually means wipe. The way to turn red is any of these bubbles during damage phase are left over. It is going to fill up these symbols. So for example, say you shoot this bubble down to do damage, you shoot that one down, you shoot this one down, this one, and then you have 2 left over that you did not get to shoot down. That means 2 symbols are going to fill up, and once all of them fill up, it is a wipe. For this encounter, as you can see, we have a plate up there with a knight, plate on the right. You can do all kinds of different callouts on these plates. The way I have been calling them out is this is L1, this is R1. Then going past the daughters, on the left will be L2, on the right will be R2. You're gonna assign 4 people to a plate, and that is going to be their designated plate. There's going to be 1 floater around this side between the 1s, and then 1 floater over there between the 2s. Those floaters are basically there to fill in whenever they have to. The way you start this encounter is by seeing the knight and the green plate, which means that is the first plate that has to get activated. Whoever is responsible for this plate will stand on it, and make sure you stay on it. Do not get off. When you're on it, someone is going to get torn. You know that you are torn when everything is black and white. And if you are torn, you will also get on that first plate. You will see Tolan up in the air. Call out the plate where you see Tolan flying over. That person is also going to get on their plate. And having both the plates activated gives a pathway for the person that is torn up to Tolan. You're going to take that pathway up to Tolan, and you are going to run through Tolan. You can tell everybody to get off their plates, because once you pick up Tolan, all their plates are going to get lit on fire. You are going to repeat that process 3 more times. On the 3rd time, it's going to be a little bit different. If you are the 3rd person that gets torn, you're going to have a little bit of a different job, and that is by pressing a button to pick up Tolan. Once you picked up Tolan, the wizard that is shooting at you, you're going to dunk at that wizard, and you will have the power to steal the wizard's bubble. When you have the wizard's bubble, everybody can start damage phase. Where we do damage phase is below the wizard. If we're stealing this wizard's bubble, we're going to do damage right there. The reason for the person to steal the bubble is because that bubble is going to keep us safe. There's going to be a timer on the left, and once that timer reaches 0, everyone around us is going to wipe. So make sure you're standing inside the bubble in order not to wipe. Once that timer is down and the bubble is gone, you can proceed to repeat the same thing again. Alright, for the Oryx encounter, everything that we did in the past encounter besides the daughters, we're going to use again in this encounter. So, the whole plates, same thing. Everybody's going to get assigned to a plate. And the way we're going to start it is by triggering Tolan. Oryx will appear, and we're going to kill some ads. Everybody's going to get a knight on their plate, kill the knights. Oryx will then choose a plate to be first. Once Oryx chooses that plate, that person by that plate is going to get on, and someone is going to get torn. However, at the exact same time, there are going to be 4 different ogres that spawn in these locations. After you kill the ogres, they are going to drop blights. Do not step into the blights until we get to damage phase. Once you kill the ogres, there's going to be knights that spawn opposite side. Make sure you kill these knights as quick as you can, because they're going to try and steal the blight that the ogre dropped. Once you kill the ogres and the knights, you basically just focus on getting up to Tolan, making sure you guys do callouts with the plates, which plate is first, which plate is second. The 3rd person that is torn is going to pick up Tolan, and there's going to be a knight that is going to roam around in the middle. That knight is going to have a bubble around him. Make sure you dunk at that bubble, so you're basically stealing the knight's bubble. Kill the knight so he doesn't steal a blight, and that is the exact time that everybody runs close to their blights. And once Oryx says, Oryx calls upon darkness at the bottom left, you immediately step inside your blight, and do not leave your blight until you see your name pop up at the bottom left. Once you see it at the left, you can step out, and everybody runs to the bubble person in the middle, because if you are outside the bubble, you will wipe. After that, you are going to do damage to the boss. After damage phase, the boss is going to do one of 2 things, and it is either spawning bombs on us. When he spawns bombs on us, just make sure you keep moving around so they don't explode on you, and make sure you kill your knights as quick as you can, because that will make the boss stop spawning bombs on you earlier. The second thing that the boss may do is he will spawn a dome right here. You will get spawned into the dome one at a time, and you are just going to look around and find Oryx and kill him. Everybody gets spawned into the orb one by one. Once Oryx is dead inside the bubble, you're going to repeat everything. For final stand is going to be right here. There's going to be an ogre that spawns on the right and on the left. You can have designated people assigned to the blights that spawn by the ogres, and you can either activate the bomb one at a time, or you can activate the bomb two at a time. There's only two bombs, so as soon as Oryx says Oryx calls upon darkness at the bottom left, you can step inside. Make sure you stay inside until you see your name pop up at the bottom left, and then you can make your way to the person that's holding the bubble, so you are safe from the wipe mechanic, and do the rest of the damage. If you're doing one blight at a time, the boss will call upon darkness once, and then he will call upon darkness another time. That is it for the guide video. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any questions. But overall, I really hope this helps you, and I hope you have a super fun time playing King's Fall, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!